I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at the Planet in Focus Film Festival at the TIFF Bell Lightbox in downtown Toronto. I'm here with filmmaker CHIHIRO GEUZEBROEK. I hope I said that properly.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you. How does it feel to have your feature documentary, Radical Friends, here at the Planet in Focus Film Festival?
Well, I'm the director, and so as a director I feel honored, grateful, and excited. I'm the producer, so as a producer I feel overwhelmed. And then I'm the protagonist of this coming of activist age story. So as the protagonist, I put myself out there and in vulnerable moments. So that's very exciting to see how the Canadian audience will respond to that. And yeah, I'm thrilled.
And what has it been like for you being around the festival and having people that you don't know recognize you because you are the subject in the film? So right away I was like, hey!
Yeah, that's still very new to me. This is the fourth festival, international festival, and the first time that I'm able to attend. So yeah, one of the things that made me want to make this movie, it's a movie about the struggle for legal rights for Mother Earth, was that the advocates, the people who are out there doing it at the UN Climate Summit, they get interviews, but nobody's seeing it. And I really, as a filmmaker, as a Dutch Bolivian filmmaker, I wanted to bring it to a bigger audience, to put it in the spotlight. Absolutely. And here we are in the spotlight. So I'm really, really happy to get recognized, not for me and my ego, but for bringing the subject of legal rights of Mother Earth into the spotlight.
And in the film, you speak a lot about the theme of disconnection between us and Mother Earth, and also between us and our personal lives. So what made you balance the two together, and how did you come up with your various subjects?
Good question. Well, I've been passionate about the climate change talks and everything that has to do with the bigger political crisis that is keeping us from advancing to have good economies that are based on renewable resources and social welfare. And every time I talked about these themes, people are too much overwhelmed by the big picture. They feel like they can't make a difference. And so Bolivia was the perfect hook for me, because I'm half Bolivian, half Dutch, and everybody's, you're gonna connect with your roots. Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, I am gonna connect with my roots, but it's not just the nation state roots. It's not just the ethnicity roots. I want to connect with the bigger roots. And if everybody in the world has some personal connection with broken up families, with feeling displaced, with feeling disconnected, disenfranchised in some way or the other, then that's the route I want to take it, because I don't want to have a movie of a message. I want to have a movie of an experience, of an emotional journey.
Absolutely. And can you speak a little bit to the title, Radical Friends, and how that ties into your journey as well?
Yeah, so radical, it sparks a reaction. People are like, that's extremist, or that's eco-terrorism, and they're really charged words. So radical actually comes from Latin. It means coming from the root. It has the same word that radish, like the food radish, comes from. It's rad. And so it's a root. And so instead of looking at things on a symptom level, like climate change, as big as it is, it's still a symptom of a bigger problem. I wanted to look at the root of disconnection and alienation in our world today. And so being environmental friendly, I wanted to be radically environmentally friendly, going to the root of that engagement. So that's where it comes from, and I'm happy that it sparks a reaction, like radical, what does that make you? And I'm happy to surprise people that, they can't just box me into things that easily, like, oh, you're a socialist, you're a Buddhist, you're a filmmaker, you're this, you're that, you're Bolivian, you're Dutch, make up your mind. So yeah, I'm happy to be a bridge between all these different worlds and maybe reconnect some people to yeah, anxiety and alienation they've been feeling in their own lives.
And can you speak a little bit to the importance of friends as well in the context of your personal life and in your beliefs for your environmental activism?
Yeah, that's such a beautiful question. Yeah, friendship, it's where we get to be ourselves to the maximum, and at the same time something bigger than ourselves. And whenever we suffer, whenever we're in hell, it's usually because we've stopped relating, we're stopped connecting. We feel like the world is happening to us instead of us happening with the world. And I just think that friendship is the key. If a small group of people can dominate with so much force, then the answer really has to come through unification, through a healing. And that healing, oh, this is actually a good one. In Buddhism, this is the point where I was trying to get to. So in Buddhism, the word whole recognizes that it comes from the same word as holy, sacred, and healing, to recuperate. And so I think friendship makes you whole, it heals, and it's a sacred space in which it's not about me, it's not about you, but it's about the space that we share and how that brings us to be better and more alive.
And shifting gears a little bit, your dad plays a large role in this film as sort of the antagonist. Has he seen the film, and what does he think of it?
Yeah, so for a long time I was really scared. I made him sign a quitclaim. I didn't want to do something that made him look bad, but I knew that he might feel uncomfortable being put on the spot. And yeah, I don't think he's necessarily an antagonist. He's the one person that doesn't share my ideals for world peace. He's kind of given up on the bigger ideals, and I think a lot of dads are out there, and so to me he represents that person of disbelief and having to challenge yourself that even though the person that came before you, even if that person gave you life, sometimes you need to stop looking to them for answers, but actually take responsibility that you're the one who's supposed to be taking the lead and give them some relief in their life. And so that is the coming of age process, I think, to switch from feeling abandoned and misjudged to seeing that you're the one that needs to give more in order to heal more, and even those broken relationships have a chance of growing into something good again. And he was at the first screening in Amsterdam with my mother and the Bolivian ambassador from the Netherlands. So that was pretty much the best day of my life.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and on the film online?
Well, that would be radicalfriends.com. Actually, ta-da! Here's me with my big heart. As you may have seen in the film, this heart goes everywhere with free hugs, giving people hugs to break the first social barrier of disconnectedness, and also to be environmental friendly on like the micro level, and opening up the discourse to talk about bigger issues. So that's radicalfriends.com. And
great, can I have a hug?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice, thank you. Thank you so much and congratulations.
That was so much fun.
Thanks. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at the Planet in Focus Film Festival in downtown Toronto.